everyone. Let's understand a live scenario in Azure Data Factory in today's lesson. Today we will learn about slowly changing dimension. If you are already working in a data warehouse project, then you must have come across this concept slowly changing dimension while developing your dimension table. We have four different types of SCD: type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 4. In this video, we will understand the concept of SCD type 1 and we will do the hands-on practice. In the next video, I will do a session on slowly changing dimension type 2 and its hands-on practice. If you want to get the notification when the next video will be uploaded, please subscribe to our channel. Now coming to the topic, I will explain the concept with an example. Here I am taking a employee table in the source system. In employee table, I have 5 columns: employee number, employee name, department, city and last updated date. Employee number is my primary key. It is uniquely identifying my records. Here I have 2 employees, Ramit and Seetal. Ramit and Seetal both belongs to the department IT. Ramit belongs to the city Bangalore. Seetal belongs to the city Delhi. And here the same data we have in our dimension table. In my dimension table, I have one more column called employee SID. Employee SID is a surrogate key. It is the auto-generate number. It is used while uploading the data in the fact table. It is the reference to the fact table. Now, today the data for the employee Seetal moved from Delhi to Bangalore. Her city will be changed to Bangalore and our last updated date will also be changed. Now in the data load, as we all know that the ETL process generally process the incremental data only. So this is our incremental data which will be processed further. So as per the incremental concept, we will not create any new record in the dimension table. It will just update the record on the dimension table for this employee. So now only the city will be updated on Delhi and the last updated date will be changed. So this is how our dimension table data will look like once the data load is completed. In the SCD type 1, we are not keeping the history. We are changing the old record as per the new records. So SCD type 1 means no history. In the SCD type 2, we are keeping both the old record and the new record. So which one to choose while developing our dimension, type 1 or type 2? It is totally depend on the business requirement. If the business says, I don't want to keep any history record, then you can directly update the changed records and you can implement the type 1. If the business says, I want both the historical data and the new data, in that case we should go for the SCD type 2. So it's all depend on the requirement. In our next video, I will explain what is SCD type 2 and will implement that using the Azure Data Factory. So now let's see how we can implement the SCD type 1 in Azure Data Factory. Portal is open and I can show you how we will implement the SCD type 1. I have created the table, dimension table here, and let's see the data in this. There is no data present currently in the dimension table, and this is my source data for the employee Ramit and Seetal. I have taken the blob storage, the CSV file as my source, and both belongs to the department IT. and the cities are Bangalore and Delhi respectively, and this is the last updated date. Let's try to load this data using Azure Data Factory. Here we will create the pipeline. So these activities we will do using a data flow task. Let's create a data flow. In this data flow, we'll have a source and then we'll have a destination. And first let's add the source. As our source is the dimension is the blob storage, that is the employee data present in our blob storage as a CSV file. That will be the source. Let's create a data set. Blob storage, continue. I will select all these options. This is our storage account. Create. We'll choose the file. It is same as the file browsing in our Windows machine. Then first row as the header. Okay. Our source system is ready. Then let's add a condition. When we'll click on this plus sign, we can see many transformations are there. We are taking this exist transformation. What is this exist transformation? It is, we will do two things here. First, whatever data are coming from the source, if it exists in the destination table, then it will go for the update. If does not exist, then it will be inserted to the destination. So first we are doing the not exist. So we will just check here which all data are does not exist in the destination table. For this we need a reference table, that will be our destination table. Let's take the reference table. Here I am taking the reference table EMP ref. I am giving it a name. Then the connection string will be our destination table, that is the dimension table we have created in the database. We'll create a linked service for this. Subscription. Then server name, database name, username, password. This is the database and server which we have already created. If you are not aware of how to create a SQL database and SQL server, please watch our previous video where I have shown how to create a SQL database and how to connect from SSMS. Let's test the connection. Create. Table name. This is the same table in which we will load the data, and same table we are using as a reference to check if the data is exist or not. In the exist, our left stream is the CSV file and right stream is the employee reference table does not exist. And when we will check if the data is exist or not, then we will check this condition based on a key column. Here our key column is the employee number. From both the stream, we are taking the employee number to check the existence of the data. Once the data we have checked, if it is not present, we will put it to in the destination. So after this exist transformation, we'll add the sync. We'll choose a data set for the sync, and this is the same table which we have used in our reference. In the settings, we will click on the allow insert. Let's go to the mapping. So these are the mappings: employee number, employee name, department, city, last updated date. So let's see if this functionality is working or not. Once this is working fine, then we'll add the another transformations and another activities. Let's validate this package. It is validated. Publish it. It is published. Let's switch on the data flow debug. When we are going to execute any pipeline, it is better to always on the data flow debug mode so that we can see the flow of the data in at runtime. Let's say if my data flow debug is on and I am executing the pipeline, and while the pipeline is on execute state, I will click on this transformation. Below I can see the particular records or rows for this particular transformation, which all are passed this transformation I can see here. So it will be very easy for us to debug the data. So let's trigger this. This pipeline will be executed in some time. The pipeline execution is completed. Let's see if the data is inserted to the table. Data is already inserted, and this is the data we have in our source table. And let's implement the second scenario in our data flow task. Here in the data flow, we have the source and the reference table, and we will use the same source and reference table to check if the data is already exist in the destination, then how we will update and put into the destination. To do that, here if we will click on the plus sign, we can see a new branch. New branch is same as the multicast we have in SSIS. So when we'll select on the new branch, it will copy the same sources to another branches, and these two branches will execute parallelly. Here our employee source is, we have two employee sources, and for this I am clicking on this plus sign. Then we'll take the exist. In this exist, we will take the same reference table. We need to see if the reference table is copied. Yes, the reference table is there. Let me edit the second exist transformation in the right stream. This is the employee reference table, and here we will do exist. The exist type is exist, and This will be checked based on a key column. Here also the key column is employee number, and in right side also the key column is employee number. That's all. If the data is present, it will update. So now the exist condition is configured, and once it is present, then what we'll do, we'll update the data. Alter row. Here we'll alter the row. Let's do the setup. For this, the alter condition we will give, and the alter condition is update if. Any true condition we can give here. Here either we can give true, or we can give 1 equal to 1, anything that will return a true value, true boolean value. Then after this record is updated, we will put them in the sync. And here the sync is also the employee dimension table. In the settings, we will do allow update. Instead of allow insert, we will do allow update. And go to the mapping. And here when we'll do allow update, this will also be done using a key column, employee number. Then go to the mapping. We'll do the mapping here, column mappings. Okay. Now this pipeline we will validate. It is validated. Let's publish the pipeline. Pipeline is published. Now we will debug the pipeline. Before debug, let's update some data in our source blob file. Here when we will click on this blob storage file, we can edit the file here. Let's change this data, and we'll change the date also. Save it. Okay, it is saved. Now we will execute the pipeline. Trigger it now. Okay. The pipeline execution is started now. Let's monitor the pipeline execution. We can see here the status is in progress. It will take some time to be completed. The pipeline is executed as we can see in the notification. So let's see if the data is updated in our table. So here we can see the city for the employee Seetal is changed, and the last updated date is also changed. Here we are not inserting a new record, it is updated on the existing record. This is how we can implement the slowly changing dimension type 1 in Azure Data Factory. Let me show you the pipeline design again. This is the pipeline we have created for type 1. We are taking the activity data flow. Inside the data flow, we have taken many transformations. Let me show you the design properly. Yes, so this is the design. First, the employee from the source, employee table from the source. Then one reference table. This is our destination table. We are checking if any data is not present in the destination table. Using the exist transformation, we are directly inserting into the employee dimension table. In the second branch, we are again taking the employee source table and employee reference table from the dimension data. We are checking if the data is present or not with the help of exist transformation, and whatever data are present, we are updating those records. After doing the update activity, we are inserting into the destination, that is the employee dimension. So this is about the design of the pipeline. If you like this video, please click on the like button, and if you want to get the notification about the next upcoming videos, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.